fellow readers, it is just after midnight, so that means the Upside Down Read-a-thon is starting, and I'm very excited. I may have started my books yesterday, but it's because I have 4 of them, and I'm like, there's no way I can get through 4 books in a week when I'm averaging about 4 books a month. I am reading The Finalist by David Bell. This is about 6 college students are competing for a scholarship. I am about 30 pages into this and I'm really enjoying it. I am reading One Word Kill by Mark Lawrence. This is a book about a terminally ill kid that loves D&D, and I am 1 chapter in and I'm enjoying it and I'm intrigued. And then I am reading A Part of Your World, and I know this is like totally not the vibe of the rest of my TBR, but I needed something that had multiple POVs and some light on the cover. So, and this is going to be my go to bed book because all the other books that I'm reading are a little bit more thrillery and science fiction-y and all of that. And then I'm also going to be reading the Saturday Night Ghost Club. I need to pick that up from the library. Guess on Tuesday, because the library's closed tomorrow. So I'm going to end the night reading. I think I'm going to read a couple more chapters in this book, and then I will finish reading with A Part of Your World. So I'm really excited about participating in this readathon. Okay, so come along with me as I read some really fun books. Welcome to day 2 of the readathon. I will do a quick update later, but we are heading to the library, so I thought I'd take you along with us as we went to the library, found some books, and went on errands, so come along. Happy day 2 of the Upside Down Readathon. I have done a lot of stuff today, except for reading. You know, have to do all of the mom stuff, all of the, house stuff, all those things that have to get done during the day. But I haven't had a whole lot of chance to read, but now it is quiet time. And so I'm going to do a quick little update, and then I'm going to get to some reading. Going to. So yesterday I actually read from 3 different books. I
really wanted to see like what I enjoyed and how quickly I was going to be able to read each book to give myself enough time for some of them that are a little bit longer. Those 3 books that I have started are One Word Kill by Mark Lawrence. This is the buddy read for Dustin, and I have to say, I'm about halfway through and I'm enjoying it, but the writing is great and the storyline is fun. I'm having a hard time with the fact that the main character has leukemia, because 5 years ago my dad had leukemia and he survived. He's still alive. He's doing really well, but it just kind of hits a little bit too close to home. But I am enjoying it, and my goal is to finish this today so I can read everyone's thoughts and all of that. So I have a little bit over 100 pages to read, so I think it's definitely doable to finish this one today. And then I also read In the Finalist by David Bell. This will complete the challenge of the game and psychological thriller. It's about 6 students that are competing against each other for a scholarship, and they have to, I don't understand, but this is something that they do every year, is they pick 6 students and 6 students are locked in a mansion. I don't really understand why. We're starting to get into why they're locked in and all of that. So I'm looking forward to diving more into this, because it's really, I'm only 60 pages in, so not a whole lot has happened, just a lot of introduction. And then the last book that I started is Part of Your World. It is a contemporary romance. It's the one that has multiple points of view and lights on the cover, and I just needed something that was probably more fluffy than my other books that I have to read. So I only read 20 pages in this book, and then I finally picked up my last book today at the library, and that's The Saturday Night Ghost Club. This is for the buddy read for Stephen, and I am looking forward to reading this, and I'm also very excited that it is another short book. So whereas these 2 are over 400 pages, the other ones are 200 or less, so that's actually perfect. So I won't start this one until I finish this one, because that would be bonkers to have 4 books going on at once. So I'm gonna go read some more of One Word Kill, finish my pumpkin cold brew. This is my first pumpkin spice of the season, and it's delicious. I really do just love a good pumpkin cold foam. It's delicious. Anyway, okay, catch you guys up later. I just haven't had time to update on the last, 3 days? I think the last time I filmed something was on day 2. So we just got into day 6, and I just had to talk about this book. I am almost done. I am staying up to finish it, and it took 200 pages to really get interesting, but I've read I was at 200 pages I think 2 days ago, and I read the last half today, or the end of day 5, and it's really good. I have theories, but I don't think any of them are right. I have really no idea what is going to happen and what's going on, but it's really good. So I just had to come on and talk about
books. I finished one book, and that is One Word Kill, and I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. I didn't really enjoy most of it. I enjoyed parts of it, and I think I ended up giving it a 3 out of 5 stars. Get back to reading now because I really want to know how this book ends. I just finished. We've made it to day 6, and today has been just one of those days. I mean, it's Saturday, and Saturday is very family day and not a whole lot of time to read, and we had a birthday party, and it was fun, but I'm tired, and I just don't want to read. I really want just to lay on the couch and eat some snacks and watch a movie or something. I don't even know what I want to watch, but I know I don't want to read. However, tonight my husband is gone. He is at a friend's house watching the Baylor football game. The boys are asleep, so it is the perfect time to read because I don't have any other distractions, but I'm just tired. Not only that, the 2 books I have left, there's no way that I can finish both. The books I have left are the Saturday Night Ghost Club, and I'm 50 pages in. I have managed to read 20 pages of it today, but I'm not really loving it. I usually give a book about halfway before I am done and be like, this is not for me. It's just, there's not a whole lot going on, and it is just taking me a very long time to get through each page. And then the other book I have is Part of Your World, and if I don't finish this book, then I won't finish all of the prompts, which is totally fine because this is the only book that I have for multiple POVs. But this book is 400 pages long, and I have almost the entire book to read. And so 150 pages of this, and I think like 370 pages of this one. It's just not, if I wasn't doing anything tomorrow, if I had no other obligations, you know, didn't have kids, didn't have, you know, husband, didn't have church, yeah, sure. If I could just read all day, then I could finish the 2 books tomorrow. But it's just not going to happen. So I really should just focus on this one because I only have 150 pages left, and I can definitely finish this book. I really should just prioritize reading this. But my brain is like, just give me all the fluffy romance, please. Can we just be done with the intense or just like mind stuff? And it's like, just give me something fluffy. Just give me something fluffy. I'm overthinking this for one, but I'm also just like, I just don't want to read. Anyway, I should stop rambling, and I think I'm going, I think I talked myself into, like, I am going to try to read at least like 20 more pages of this, and then reward myself with a movie. So, okay. I will update you guys tomorrow on the last day, which I'm really sad. I'm really sad that this read-a-thon is almost over, because it's been a lot of fun. Welcome to the official end of the read-a-thon. I actually ended day 7 with probably my most productive and most like hours read for today. I ended up finishing the Saturday Night Ghost Club, and I absolutely loved it. I almost DNF'd this at 60 pages because I wasn't really connecting with it, but then I asked on the Discord, like, if it was worth it, and someone was like, yes, I felt the same way, but keep going, it's worth it. And so I did, and I'm so glad that I did. So I ended up reading 3 books for the read-a-thon total, which for me is like a huge accomplishment. I haven't read 3 books in 1 week. I can't even remember the last time that I did that. So I'm very, very proud of myself. And one of those books was almost 400 pages. So I think I'll hop on tomorrow when I have better light and give like a better rundown. I was going to like bring you guys along on my day today when I went out. I wanted to go to a coffee shop, but half the coffee shops were getting ready to close, or are closed on Sundays, or they were really busy. And so I ended up just going to Panera, which was fantastic because they have good coffee, and I got a pumpkin muffin. That was so good, and I actually ended up staying and eating dinner there as well. So I was out for like 3 hours by myself, which is, guys, I didn't know how much I needed that until I actually was gone for that long. It's been a long week of just being a mom, and I just needed time away. And I spent the entire time reading. Like, I took a couple breaks to like check Discord, check some Instagram, but for the most part, I read for the entire time. So it was a great day. And I got to do a lot of other things. I still got to hang out with the family and all of that. So I didn't miss out because I took care of myself. And you know, like, anyway. Thank you for coming along with me on what I'm sure was a fascinating vlog. Yeah, so until tomorrow.
Hello and welcome to the official end of the Upside Down Read-a-thon. It is the day after the last day, and I had the best time this past week. So let's just jump right into the books that I finished this week. So the first book that I finished was One Word Kill by Mark Lawrence, and it was one of those things that I had to keep reading. I had to keep reading because I needed to know what was going on. I ended up giving this book a 3 out of 5 stars, which is a little generous considering that for a 200-page book, it took me way too long to get through. But the writing itself, like the actual like physical part of the writing, was good. And the scenes where the characters are playing D&D, it's not just a fade to black and you come back and the game is finished. Like, no, he goes into detail of the game, and he's an amazing game master, storyteller, but he's not a like full out fleshed out plot storyteller. So the next book that I finished was The Finalist by David Bell, and this is the book that is for the psychological thriller and a game aspect to a game component competition prompt. I guess this one could also fulfill a game prompt as well. I have to say that the first half of this book was very boring. Not a whole lot happened. I didn't really like any of the characters, and I didn't really understand the purpose for them being locked in a house. So the first part is just really setting up for everything, and I do have to say the last 200 pages, like, I flew through. I stayed up reading it, and I don't say that I ended up enjoying it because the ending was so unsatisfying. So I ended up giving this, I think, a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I don't say it was terrible. I just don't think that the ending was a good enough payoff for the rest of the story. So that is The Finalist by David Bell. The last book that I finished was The Saturday Night Ghost Club by Craig Davidson, and this fulfilled the challenge of read a book with light on the cover, so there's moon and then there's fire, and then also this was another host's buddy read. This was for Steve, who actually is my favorite character in Stranger Things. I love his character arc. Steve's character arc is just fantastic because he really does go from this self-centered guy that no one really likes to someone that, like, I am rooting for and I was terrified for in the 4th season. So anyway, back to the Saturday Night Ghost Club. This book is described as a group of kids that are going around town solving urban legends and ghost stories in their town. Not about kids solving ghost stories. It's not lighthearted. There are some funny moments, but it's mostly just about the craziness that is our brain and memories and what our brain can do, and it's so good. I would say about halfway I figured out, okay, this is what's going on, and it just made the rest of the story bittersweet, but the ending was really just beautiful. It ended up, it went from me almost DNFing it to being a 4.5 stars out of 5. It was so moving, but nothing like what the synopsis is talking about. So that wraps up the Upside Down Read-a-thon. I had a great time. Thank you to all of the hosts. You guys were fantastic. And I just appreciate just that, like, the fact that as hosts, like, you are so busy and you all have your own lives and families or school that you're doing, but you also took the time to engage with the community, and I just so appreciate that. So anyway, so let me know down below what your favorite, if you participated in the read-a-thon, what was your favorite read for the week, or what's been your favorite read for the month. Okay guys, I hope you're having a great reading month, and I will see you on the flip side. Bye!